And we've talked about what's your brand, and we're bringing all these things together. Well, tonight episode is talking about a phenomenon that's happening all over the country. And that's talking about people leaving their jobs, leaving their 9 to 5 and pursuing their dreams, becoming entrepreneurs, doing things that they always wanted to do but was scared to make that leap of faith. Well, tonight we're going to talk about the pros, the great stuff about being an entrepreneur, but along with that we're going to talk about some cons that people, if you're seriously considering starting your own business, there's some things you need to know.
Some things you need to
You
know.
need to know.
You need to know. All right. So, we want to start off positive.
Positive.
We got to
Yes.
start off
Yes.
positive with everyone.
Yeah.
So we gonna go with a pro. So now we broke this down, guys. So there's the startup process. All right. Then we're gonna talk about funding. Ooh, see, you gonna want to again. We're gonna talk about the pros and the cons. All
And the
right.
cons.
All right.
And the cons.
Then we're gonna talk about growing. You got to grow
Mm,
the business.
mm.
Then we're gonna talk about you gotta have a life.
What's that? Oh my goodness. What is a life? Oh my goodness.
So we gonna start off with a. So I'm gonna kick it off with a pro. I'm gonna start off
Come
with
on.
a pro for when it comes to looking at this starting up process. All
Yes.
right. So guys, so the startup process. Here's the crazy thing. It's easy. Anybody can do it. You have an idea. Boom. There you go. You cut hair, you can start up a business. You do hair, you can start up a business. So the startup, the pro is that if you have a hobby, you can get started. That's the pro, that you can take any hobby that you do every day. If it's free. Don't you know you can get paid to read? Yes, you
Mm.
can. That's called editor. All right. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can get paid. So that's the pro, that it is easy to actually take your hobby and get paid for it. All right, yeah, all right. How about this? How about this? How about this? I'm gonna let you give a pro, and then I'm gonna give a con. How about that? How about that?
Okay. Okay.
All right, all
Okay.
right. I remember the startup process. The startup
Yeah.
process.
All right. All right. Well, another pro is you become your own boss. I mean, how many times have you went to your job, your 9 to 5, and was told to do a job, or you saw somebody at work doing something, and you're thinking to yourself, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard, the craziest thing I've ever seen. If I was doing that, I would do it like this, or they should have done it like this. Well, when you become an entrepreneur, you're that guy, you're that girl. And so you make the decisions. That's a huge plus. That's huge. Come on, what you got?
Okay. Stop. See, guys. See, we making this simple.
It's
See,
very simple,
we said the good stuff.
straightforward. Yes,
Now
yes.
I'm gonna hit you with a con.
Good, because I
The
got
con.
one for you. I got a good con for you as well.
Okay. So I'm just gonna hit you with the con. The con. All right, you guys ready? You don't know how to start up the business. So
So you
you're
got some dreams. You got dreams. But how do you manifest those dreams into reality? How do you take them out of your head and put it in front of you? How do you do that?
how do
Yeah.
you? I mean, no, and that's the con. The startup process is, especially now, everybody, ooh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
and they're walking around talking about, I own a business. But the con is, you have the first idea what to do. What is step number one to getting that business off the ground? Now, we already said, now the great thing is that because you got a hobby, guess what? Anything can turn into a business. Leon even picked it up. You your own boss.
That's it.
But how do you get started? Okay. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you
All
got?
right. Well, another con is when you working that 9 to 5, if you show up every day on Friday or every week, every 2 weeks, you got a paycheck coming. As a matter of fact, it's direct deposit. So you don't even have to go to the bank. You just pick up your phone, look at your account, and away you go to spend your money. Well, when you're an entrepreneur, especially when you're just getting started, uh, any money that you make must go into the business. It's an investment. You have to grow the business, and it's going to take a little while for you to get to a point where you can get a paycheck. That's why it's a good idea, if you can, to start your business part time while you still working your full time job,
What would you,
while you
don't
still have money coming
come
in.
on, come on. No, don't quit your job.
Oh my goodness, come on,
Don't
come on.
quit your job.
Don't do that.
Okay,
Don't do
okay.
that until you have that other
Because what
income
Leon just said
established
it. See, he said
and
it
you got the money
nicely.
coming in.
I'm
Yeah,
saying your money is funny.
yeah.
All right.
So so that is a con. That's a big con
That is a
because
big
that
con.
money that you've gotten used to is not coming regularly
Yes.
like you want it. And your bill collectors, your rent, your mortgage, with car notes, they don't care if you an entrepreneur.
They
They
don't
don't care.
stop. They don't stop.
That's right.
Okay, so we need you to understand this.
Yeah.
We need you to understand this. It's great. The pros. You have you got a talent. You have a skill. All right. You could be your own boss. But the con, you don't know where to start off.
You don't know.
Secondly, guess what? That money is not regular. Okay, so you don't know where to start off, but you take some money. You can't live off of that.
Not
At
at all.
least your 9 to 5,
Yes.
is regular. And so you get that. So the con that Leon's trying to stress to you is that don't quit your job.
Don't quit your job.
Don't quit your job in the startup process.
Right. You can work your job on the weekend. You create a business, like Corey said. You cut hair. You do
Yes.
hair. You can do certain things on the weekends. You can create a job where you work off appointment only.
There
And
you
when you
go.
do that, you control the time. That's part of owning your own business. You control the time when you provide the service.
hmm
So you can work a 9 to 5
Now,
and you can still do your job. To the way things are set up today, you can do everything over your phone. You can use Google
yes.
Calendar. You can set up appointments. You can do these type of things. And really, when your business takes off and you're going pretty good, you can even take your 9 to 5 job, and maybe you might even have an opportunity to go part time on your day job and go full time on your business. That's a happy
There
medium
you
right
go.
there.
There you go. There you
But
go.
don't
So
don't just go into your boss tomorrow and say, you know what,
I
I
quit.
quit. I quit. Let me just say I did that. I'm speaking from total experience. I've done that. Corey and I both we've had many, many businesses over the last 30 years
Oh my
to
goodness,
to
man.
40 years for me.
I know, right?
I've had many business, but I tell you, I went to a very, very good job, and I told my boss I quit. I quit. And
Boom.
as I was going home, I'm thinking, well, how am I going to eat? That maybe that wasn't smart right there. That might not have been a good idea right there. And I
So
struggled after that. Yeah.
So guys, remember, remember, there's pros and there's cons in
There's
the
pros and cons.
start up process. And the reason why we're telling you this is because most people don't think about it. Most people
No.
like, oh, they tell you, man, you should be doing that for yourself.
Yeah. It sounds
I mean,
good.
that's what it sounds really good
Yeah.
until you actually like take that effort to
Man,
begin, because again, you don't know what you're doing.
you don't know.
You,
You don't
you
know.
don't know. You don't know what you're doing. There's pieces that you just, as a con, it's something. This is where that leap of faith comes in handy, because you got to take a leap of faith knowing that you don't know,
Yeah.
but you have these cons with you. So so again, that's the startup process. Now are we gonna jump back and forth in between this, because between the different processes, but we just want to get you started out when you're thinking about this whole
That's
thing.
right. That's right.
Now here's a deep one. No one never thinks about this when they're in the startup process. Funding.
Oh, yeah.
Funding is very, very important. It doesn't matter what business you got. You're going to need some money to get started. So
That's a
you
good
know
one.
what?
That's a good one.
Let's talk about the pros. Let's talk about the pros, okay? The
Mhm.
pros is that you know what? You can divert a couple of those, instead of going to get that Starbucks. The pros is you can divert some funds.
That's right. Put it in the business. That's
Put
right.
it in the business.
Yeah.
So instead of like, man, I'm gonna put this in the business. So there is pros, is that there are ways to fund your business. So we're not saying you just can't start.
Right.
Okay.
Oh no, people doing that every day. They're starting
People,
businesses every day.
they're doing it every day. They got $100 in the people. There's stories out there. They say they started their business with $100,
Yeah.
and now
Yeah.
they're multimillionaires. So
People
again,
starting with T-shirts. There's so many
t-shirts.
stories
Oh
of
my
people
goodness.
just start selling T-shirts
Yes.
and,
Yes.
and and just making all types of money. So you're absolutely right. But you gotta. I think the thing with this pro is it requires some thinking. Think it out. Plan it out.
Figure it
Just
out.
don't
Yes.
jump. But you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a
You
plan.
gotta have a plan. Okay. You're pro. You're pro. What you got? What you got for a pro funding? We're talking about funding now.
Well, the thing with funding is, if you have a plan,
Hmm.
you can actually take a really good business plan and go to the bank. You can, if you have a good plan, you can go to the bank and get a loan. You can create a partnership with other people. Maybe you have a friend or some friends with money and they want to invest in something. So there is some pluses here about funding, that if you have a good idea and people see that you're passionate about it, they want to be a part of it because they believe in you. They believe in your idea and they feel like you're the one that can make this happen. They'll give you some money. And
Okay.
so that's a pro right there, because sometimes when you have an idea, if you think it's good, you better believe there's some more people out there believe it's good as well, but they may not have the ability to jump into that. But they definitely want to connect their train to yours and let you pull them through
And
as
let you
well.
pull through
Oh,
it.
there's money out there for you. There's money for you.
Now,
Yes.
I'm gonna hit you with a con. Understand the con is that around funding. Understand how you pay it back. See, because the thing is that what happens is people say, "Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna go get a loan. I'm gonna do this business." They do that, but they don't think out. Leon hit it up. The process of, okay, I'm gonna get my friends are gonna put in $1,000 a piece. That's gonna help me buy my equipment,
Yep.
get started.
Yep.
Con, you never said how you pay them back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't even
Yeah.
think
Somebody
about
somebody once said,
the
what what what
process.
what what is that saying? Uh, 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 Without a plan, you plan to fail. That type of thing is one of those types of things.
Exactly.
We talked about this, about having a plan. Well, the plan is not just how you're going to create this company, how you're going to sell these T-shirts, or how you're going to do that hair. That's not all. That's part of the plan. That's how you get it started and you set the foundation. But as we know, like in building a house, the foundation is just the first part. You have a lot of stuff you got to build before you get to that roof. So
Yes.
so
Yes.
here, when you're talking about getting money, and like we just mentioned, there's money out there, but you have to be able to pay it back, and in a lot of cases, with interest.
Ooh. Trust me, they want the interest. Okay, they gonna want something. They gonna want something. Okay, funding. What's a
Mhm.
con? What's a con do you got?
Well, that right there is that sometimes when you start a business, you're going good, and maybe you get a loan. Maybe you get a loan, and you all in, and sometimes you get that money and you think that it's yours. You get a
You what?
false sense
You
of,
thinking what?
you think this money is yours, but that's all because you didn't separate the business from yourself. You didn't put
Con, yes.
that line in the middle. The money that comes in from the business is not the money that you use to go buy the new car. It's not
Yes.
the money you use
Oh
to go get the clothes. It's
my
not the
goodness.
money you
Oh
use
my
to take the
goodness.
family on the vacation. That's not it. That's really not your money. It's the business money. Now, a lot of people think that they are the business,
Exactly.
but that's not true. And so many businesses fail like that, and people are worse off because they get the money, they get the funding, and then they spend the money, and now they don't have the money for the business.
They
And
don't. They
that's why
don't.
they tell you that a business, you need to make it through the first 5 years. After those 5 years, then you can say, "Okay, I'm on the right track. I got a system in place." But a con is definitely the money and how you separate that from your personal money. You
Oh
got to
my
have 2
goodness.
bank accounts. You have to have a business bank account, and you have your personal bank
Personal
account.
bank account. There you go. There
And
you
they
go.
can't meet up. They need to be strangers. They can never meet up. You know, they're not friends. They're not. They can't meet up.
So one of the things I have a con, guys, shifting back in that startup process. A con that most people don't realize, actually, is the con is you don't seek out anyone who has started a business.
Mm, mm,
So you would think a pro you would do that. The con is that you don't.
yeah.
So you're starting. And here's the thing: you know people who actually have
Yeah.
successful businesses,
Right.
but instead of seeking out a coach or a mentor
Right.
to get you started, now here's the
Right.
thing: I'm just going to be real. Pay them. I know you're like, but they're my friend.
Right.
Even if they're your friend, associate, let them know that you value their time.
Yes.
You say, hey, I need your advice. Blah, blah, blah. I can give you $25, $50. Crazy thing is, they're actually going to respect you because they realize you value their time and their expertise.
That is one of the truest statements. Um, have you ever noticed that money follows money?
That-
Have
oh,
you have,
see,
have,
you preaching right there. See,
have you
see.
ever noticed that when you broke, you have a tendency to stay broke, that your friends are broke? Well, when you're trying to start a business, you need to put yourself in a position of like-minded people. And the way you do that is joining these groups, whether it's a mastermind or some type of an organization. that can help you because they've already been there, done that. I think it was someone saying the other day, if the wheel is already created, why
Oh,
would you go and
that-
try to create a wheel?
man,
So
that's my favorite saying. That's my favorite saying. Why am I
look,
gonna reinvent something if I see it working?
it's working already. So why do that? What you need to do, you need to go and put yourself in a position, put
Mhm.
yourself around people who have done that, who have paid the price, and see that'll allow you to kind of step over some of those pitfalls. You don't have to make the same mistakes that I made because I'm here to tell you don't do that.
Don't
Like
do it.
kids and parents. It's the same thing. I will tell my son, I would say, don't touch that stove. You gonna get burnt, and
There
it's
you go.
gonna hurt.
Yep.
And he'll look at me and he'll say, "Yeah, Dad." And then later on, I hear somebody screaming,
Yeah.
and what did you do? Well, I touched the stove, and I got burnt.
See. See.
So we're here to try to give you some advice because I've been burnt many times. I had to learn the hard way for a long time, and eventually I ended up paying people, and I started jumping leaps and bounds. I started reaching out to people who cared about entrepreneurs and wanted
Mhm.
people to succeed just like they did. It's I think there's a misconception too
All right.
that
All right.
people people who are not in the business realm, they feel that people who are selling services or trying to do something are just trying to get over. Oh, they just trying to get over. They don't really want me there. Uh, 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 and unfortunately, in a lot of our communities, they feel like there's a limit on money, that there's a limit on
Mm.
position. So if I'm successful, then I don't want you to be successful because you're gonna take what I got. No, no.
No.
Money
No.
is printed. There's no if you can see trees, you can see money. And so there's no limit to money, there's no limit to success, there's no limit to business ownership, entrepreneurs, there's no limit to millionaires, there's no limit. And so, yeah, yeah, you need to come on, get involved, do what you have to do, take some classes because you need to plan, especially when we're talking about money. Uh, we've all made some mistakes with money, and so why don't you tool yourself up and reach out to someone that knows what to do?
There you go. There you go. See again, guys. That's why we want to do this. The pros and the cons. Because you'll find out Leon hit it round the head. The pro, again, talking about that process. There's someone who's already done this.
Yes,
The
yes,
con is you don't go out and reach out to them.
yes,
You know what I mean? So the pro is there is someone who has done it. The con is you don't put yourself out there. And then he hit another point. I tell people all of this. And okay, now I might get in trouble. I'm not trying to get in trouble. I am not trying to get in trouble. Love everyone. But Leon he hit something. I don't think you heard it. In order to be successful, you need to hang around people who are successful.
that's it. It's the truest thing.
So if someone is making money and someone is not making money, you need to hang around the person who is making money because it's the craziest thing. It's the law of attraction.
It really is.
Is that they start making money and guess what? You start making money and don't realize you making money.
Don't even realize it.
You,
Don't even
you, you
realize
don't you don't even realize it. That's
it.
why. I mean, so
And
he hit
and
it
you know what? The opposite is true as well.
exactly,
That
exactly.
if there's no money and you're hanging around people who doesn't have money, there's a strange thing that happens where a situation can repel money.
Yes,
It can push money away. Things stop coming your way because
Yes.
of the environment, the people you in, you could push money away, and then you all have the same thing in common. You all, you know, having some rough times, having it difficult, and you're wondering, man, I can't catch a break.
I
It seems
just
like
got
something is always going on. Well, sometimes you have to put yourself in a different environment around different people with an attitude of really having something and making something out of their
see,
situation. And especially entrepreneurship. You want to start a business, you need to be around business people.
man. Okay, guys, we're gonna go to growth. We're gonna go to growth now. Now we're gonna be here just for a minute because I really want to hit. You gotta live, but okay. Let's talk about
Yeah.
growth. Okay, let's say some pluses. The pluses is that, and here's the thing: me and Leon, we have researched, this, especially for the last year.
Mm,
You can grow your business. There's no limit.
no, no limit.
Guys, there are people out here making money stupidly with no limit in sight. And when you think, because we go back and forth all the time, we think, okay, there got to be a limit. We find somebody else who shows us there is no limit. So a pro is, guys, there's no limit for growth in your business. There's no limit.
No limit.
There's no limit. Now that's a pro. So I'm gonna do a pro and con because I want you to do a pro and con.
Hmm.
The con is, again, me and that we talk about this all the time, guys. You have to learn to let go sometimes.
Ooh, ooh. Oh my goodness.
You can't do it all. We
Yeah.
have this conversation all the time. Is it worth you spending 8 hours of your time doing something when you can pay someone $40
Yeah.
and get it done in an hour?
Mm, mm. Yeah. Ooh, that's a powerful
That's
one
my
right there.
that's my pro and con. My pro and con that there's
Um,
no, the sky's the limit,
yeah.
but we have to let go and realize that you have to value your time. What you got? What you got for us? What you got? What you got? A
Well,
pro and a con. Pro and a con about growth.
really to go along with that, I mean, those two right there, um, really shook me up years ago when I first learned about it because working a 9 to 5, you get paid by the hour, and you used to making X amount of dollars, and it's a living wage, and then you start moving up in the ranks, and you make more and more money. But none of us are rich, but you get to a point where you're making 5,000, $10,000 a month, and depending on where you're coming from, you see that as a lot of money. But then you and I, we can listen. We know that people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Do you understand? Hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And these are not old people that's been working for years and years and years. These are young people. These are young people making this money today. And I'm not talking about just one or two. I'm talking about there are thousands of these people making this type of money and more and more. And you don't hear about it. So my pro is, again, to piggyback off what you're saying, is that unlimited financial prospects. It's unlimited.
Yes.
And as an entrepreneur, don't put any limits on it. Don't limit yourself, because you can manifest something by saying it, and it can
Yes.
be positive and negative. If you say, you know what, I want to make $5,000 a month. Well, you work hard, you put the work in, you'll probably make $5,000 a month. But if you hadn't have said that, you could have also made $20,000 a month. It depends on your work ethic and how much you want it, and obviously the field that you're in. The demand in that field
Hmm.
directly determines the amount of money people are willing to pay. So that's something to think about. The con on that is, and here we go again. It it
Go
it
for it. Go
really
for it.
it really goes back to a plan, because when you do manifest that money, when that money does come in unexpectedly, and especially if you've never had a lot of money like that, you have to be extremely careful, because it can leave as fast as it came. So you have to be really careful, and now we have to take a step back, and this also goes to, you have to put yourself around, you have to hire people, just like what Corey said. um, Not just people to do the work, but people that's going to work for you, like an accountant person, a
Hmm.
tax preparing person. If the job or is getting too big for you, and you find yourself stressed out, and you run in 100 different places, you need to be able to delegate some work. You need to be able to bring on people. And but there's a tendency here that when people start making good money like that, they want to hoard it. They
Mm.
want to. I'm make this is my
Oh
thing.
man,
I don't
this
want to
is
give it
my
out.
thing. Man,
They don't want to give it
man,
out. They,
and
they,
people
they
don't
want to hoard it.
understand. Oh man.
But here's something that someone told me. These nuggets that I've learned throughout my whole life. Someone was told me, if your hand, if you ball your fists up, nothing can get in and nothing can get out. Right. But see, when you extend your hand out to let other people in, money can get in, progress can get in, so many different things can get in, and then you're able to give things out, like helping other people, because as we know, that to be blessed, you have to be a blessing to others.
There you go.
And so all those things work hand in hand. They work hand in hand. You're going to make the money because you're going to put in the work.
You're gonna put in the work.
But
You
those cons that follow that, though, are very important, and it all starts with the plan. You have to prepare for that.
you have to. You have to. Man. All right. All right. So we gonna hit it, guys. We gonna hit it. This is when it gets real. This is when it gets real. All right. All right. Okay. Let's talk about
Come on.
life. Let's talk about
Oh,
life.
ooh,
Okay.
it's gonna be rough here.
Okay.
This is gonna be
Okay.
rough.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna talk about the pros.
All right.
I'm gonna start off with a pro. The pro is when you talk about entrepreneurship in life. Leon hit it out the gate. You are your own boss.
You're the
You
one.
control your destiny. You
Yep.
control how much money you make.
Yep.
You control if you succeed. You can control if you fail.
You're the one.
It's your life. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That
like
is
Neo
actually
in the Matrix. You're the one.
exactly.
You're the
So
one.
that's the pro. The pro is it's all on you.
Yeah.
It's all on you.
Hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit her up with a con. Hit her with a con. You have to balance life.
Mm.
I'm just gonna leave
Mm.
it like that because I'm gonna let you dive into that because I'm gonna let you dive into both of those because
Oh
I
yeah.
know I know you got something good to say about the pro, but
Oh
I
man.
know you got something to say about this con.
Man.
That
Yes.
balancing life. Okay, go for it. Go for it. What you got?
I've lived it. I lived it. So
I
on
know,
the
I know, I know, I
on
know the
on the
feeling,
pro
man. I have
side,
too. I've done it both.
it is emotionally uplifting. I mean, there's something to be said when you take nothing
Yes.
and then you make something.
Hmm.
It does something to your spirit. It makes you feel like there is nothing that you can't do, that you can nothing. You feel like Superman or Superwoman. You feel like indestructible. When you're able to put all these pieces together and you create this thing, and it's rolling.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a dream, and now it's in reality, and it's going on. It is emotionally uplifting, and you're in a different place. And then, just like we talked about before, you notice that you're around different types of people, and those people are rooting for you to succeed. And the more they root for you, the more you fill up, and the better you are, and all of those, and you feel great. And that's a
Yes,
pro. That's great.
that's a
However,
problem.
however,
However,
yeah, you got to throw that con in there.
yeah,
However,
okay, okay.
there is a level of stress that accompanies success. Now, you may not have experienced this because, of course, as you build this business and things start to work out for you, you go higher and higher and higher and higher. The problem with that, though, is the higher you get, the farther it is for you to fall. And you start at some point in time, you look down. They tell you when you're going up, you climbing up on a ladder, you on the roof or something, they say,
Mhm.
don't look down. Don't look down. Well, sometimes you get so high, you look down. And that's where
Yes.
that stress can come in. That stress can be literally a killer. And so you have to be extremely careful with that. And the way you do that is you have to have some other things. After working so hard in the
Mhm.
vineyard, after working so hard at the bottom and building all this type of stuff, you have to find a way to relieve some of this stress, whether it's exercising, whether it's family, relationships, whether it's going on trips, doing different things. The because the being an entrepreneur, being the main one, you're gonna spend you figure spend 8 hours on your job.
Yep.
Well, if you spend 8 hours on your 9 to 5, you're gonna spend 18 hours a day on your business because you're working for yourself.
Yes.
But that stress that's gonna build up is you can explode if you don't have those releases. So remember that after you get up so high, remember you have to be able to have some type of release so you can come down a little bit, have a clear mind, and be able to continue to move forward. Maybe not as fast as you were at the beginning, because when things start to happen, they happen fast.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes you
They
have to
they
slow it down.
they
You got to
they they jump
slow it
off.
down.
They jump off.
Oh my
And
goodness, money follows money, so you're
oh
gonna
my
grow
goodness.
like that. You're
It's
gonna
it's
grow.
so so now again, this could be a pro and a con. So I call this in the middle.
Mm.
Family life.
Ooh.
See, because when you're an entrepreneur, like you said, you work 9 to 5. That's 8 hours. You might need to put in another 8 hours for the business.
Yeah.
But you have a spouse, you have a significant other, you have kids. There's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And so what you have to do, again, it's a pro. The thing is, again, I'm trying to get in trouble. Trying to get in trouble
Yeah.
is that you have to come to some accommodating with that other person.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm
I'm,
right there.
I'm deep
We've
in it
had
right
many
now.
conversations.
I'm deep in it right now. When I was coming to tape this show,
Don't even
coming to
stop.
do this right now,
Don't do
wife says, oh, well, you got that shirt on.
it.
Normally you don't do that. I said,
Oh my
well,
goodness.
we're going to do the show. Oh, so the show more important? Now, of
Oh,
course,
uh,
it's not more important.
listen, we must be married to the same woman because I had that the
It's not.
same conversation.
It's not more important. Oh, but you getting dressed up for your people. I said, what? No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. again, this is our business.
Right, right, right.
And we're
And
doing
that
a business show
that adds to the
tonight.
stress right there.
So,
That 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 adds to the stress.
and then my son, he wants me to put him down.
Yes,
Dad, can you give me a piggyback ride? I'm like,
of
well, I
course.
just got this. I just got this shirt. Now you want to wrinkle up the shirt when I'm, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, the thing is that we have to find, again, it's a pro and a con,
yeah,
and we just got
yeah.
to figure out how that balance works. It's different for everybody.
Right.
And actually, I got a friend who wrote a book, Dating an Entrepreneur. I might ask him, can he come on the show? He said because it is a very interesting life.
That's a good word.
He's calling
Interesting.
it Dating an Entrepreneur. I said, I mean, I'm gonna have to read that book. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
because
you
he
know that's a
struggles.
that,
He struggles. He said
yeah,
he has had. He said the problem is he's an entrepreneur. He's working 16-hour days. He quit his
yeah,
job. This is his job.
yeah. And I'm sure it's the same way with. I don't think it matters if you're dating or married.
Yeah,
I think it's the same
it's the
thing
same. It's the same.
because being an entrepreneur, it's almost like your significant other. You know, it's a relationship
Man,
in
don't be
that
getting us in trouble like that, man.
you have to put time and effort in to make that relationship work. You're building on that relationship. Now here's the problem. The problem that I have. That the only way or the only reason that I'm able to put all those hours in is because I know my why. You know, they tell you in business that you need to know your why. Well, my why is my family.
Hmm.
So there's no limit what I'm willing to do for my family. Do I want to work 18 hours, 20 hours in a day? No, because I like sleep. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Who does that? But for my family,
Yes,
I'm willing to do that because I'm putting in the work now. So later on, I can spend that quality time
there you
with
go.
my family. I think it was a T-shirt that we might be selling soon that says, if you do what is hard,
Mm,
your life would be easy. And this is a quote from Les Brown. But if you do what is easy, life will be hard. So doing this hard work as an entrepreneur, you have to do what is hard. So later on, your life will be easy. And I do believe that our significant others, they may not see it now, but after we reach the level that we're trying to get to, they would
exactly.
appreciate it even more. But it is a happy medium. It can't be all or nothing.
It
You
can't.
do
It
have
can't.
to set some time aside and some events aside to make that happen. But as entrepreneurs, you're going to pay a price because you're going to have to make that time up. So it's going to be less sleep. Less sleep.
Okay,
You
trust me, we know about that.
right, you might go out on date night, but after date night, you end up going to the computer.
Okay,
So
trust me.
it's
Trust me. Trust me.
yeah,
We know about that right there. We
yes,
know about that. Man,
yes.
this was a great guy. Hey guys, wanted you know February we're kicking off this series. We jumping it off right now. Entrepreneurship. We got a whole bunch of things coming.
Oh my
So
oh my
be
goodness.
prepared. Be prepared. Okay. Let's leave them with one more nugget. You leave them with one. I leave them with one. We got to leave them with one more nugget. What you got? What you got?
Well, a huge plus about entrepreneurship. We've talked about it, being your own boss, controlling your controlling your own future, doing all these things, preparing for your family, and all of these type of things, and th- all those things are great. But a huge plus is being able to help others. being able to put yourself in a position. Friends, remember we was talking about those friends that didn't have anything or struggling and stuff that you was hanging out with, being able to go back and help them, to hire them, to get them in a position. I said on the Black album that he couldn't help if he's one of them, right? He you can't be in it. You can't be drowning and then help somebody else who's drowning. You got to get in the boat. And so when you do become successful, and I'm sure you will, make sure you reach back and help somebody. You'll have that opportunity. I promise you, you will have that opportunity to help somebody else. And that is the best thing. And the more people you help, the more you will be blessed and the more successful you'll be. There's no limits. There's no limit. All right, give me what you got.
Wow. Okay. Here's what I've learned from doing business, that everyone can teach you something.
Mm,
Everyone. And here's the thing. It doesn't, the thing about it is that they may not be business minded. They may not have a business, but everyone can teach you something. And as long as you stay pliable like that, as long as you look at it like that, from a business perspective, that everyone can teach you something, man, it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. Because you can just talk to someone and you had no idea. And me and Lyle, we have this conversation where we look up stuff and we had no idea how this person who do videos about sewing machines just taught us that, you know what, you can make $15,000 a month talking about a sewing machine.
right.
That's crazy. So
Yes.
you have to stay open. And like Leon says, the thing is about business, the more you give and the more you treat people, oh my goodness, treat people how you want to be treated in
Come
business.
on. Come on now. Come on. Yeah.
As long as you do that, you'll be surprised about what happened. Sometimes I had to do it. Matter of fact, I had to do it today. Client, we were doing something. I just know, I'm like, this ain't gonna work out. This not gonna work out. All right. And I told the client, you know what? They already paid me.
Yeah.
I said, you know, I'm gonna give you your money back. Now, mind you, I already put in about 100 hours.
Mm.
And sure enough, the blessing is when I said that, you know what? I got another project for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
The crazy thing is that's twice the amount of the original.
Yeah. Yeah.
So treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
I know it sounds crazy, but if you want to be treated with respect, treat your client with respect.
Yes.
Treat the people you work with respect, and you'll be surprised how that thing opens up. So, all right, come on now. We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Come on now. Got the music going. Got the music going. Got the music going. It's time. It's time to get out of here. All right. So, guys, make sure. Subscribe, hit the link, subscribe.
Yes.
And then we need that.
We need that. Hit that bell so you'll know every time that we drop our next video or promo or thumbnail. Just keep looking out for us. This is going to be a powerful year for all of us. We have so many things that we want to bring to your attention. Remember, we started the year off with new year, new
You,
you.
you.
And this whole year is going to be about growth, about improving ourselves, about
Yes.
educating ourselves, understanding what's going on around us, and moving forward.
Moving forward.
This is
So
it.
this is it. So thank you for watching. What? Now
Now what's
what's
happening?
happening?
Come on now.